What wars have you been involved in?
I was in during the Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and what was the other one? In the Asia. Can't remember. What was the one that we were talking about earlier? Persian Gulf. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All mixed in there.
Yeah. Were you in any conflicts, or did you see any action?
Being in the Navy, personally, no. But as far as when on the carriers, we were supplying air support and whatnot. But I was in engineering. In engineering, basically, I was below the main deck. I wasn't up on the flight deck, with the planes or anything like that. The closest I got to was the crow's nest to be able to look at and watch the sorties taking off and coming in and landing. That was probably the closest we got to it. We were pretty much over the horizon as far as involvement went.
What was your highest rank?
My highest rank as an enlisted person was Chief Petty Officer in E7.
How did you get that rank?
Through starting out as an E1 to E7, your advancements are based on testing. They test your knowledge, and if you score in the top 5% or whatever the percentage happens to be for that exam, you would either pick it up or you wouldn't. When you went to Chief Petty Officer, not only did you have to go and take an exam, you had to go in front of a review board. And a review board would look at your record, your past commands, your history basically, and see what you had done that was make you stand out to see if you were, warranted being advanced to Chief Petty Officer.
Your book here. Was that the book?
This is when I was selected to become a Chief Petty Officer, there is an initiation. And part of the initiation is that they give you this book, and you have to basically guard it with your life. You cannot let anybody take it from you or anything like that. But you have to go around to the different senior people, your peers, and get them to sign it and write stuff in it about you. Well, I mean, you can look at it, and somebody got a hold of it from me, and there's a lot of derogatory comments. There's a lot of doodling. Somebody even took the time out to take a drill and drill holes in it, to help dress it up. But yeah, it was a lot of. It was an interesting time, and along with this, they have an initiation where I had to dress up as the Jolly Green Giant. So I had an outfit on. I even had, that was like a cross between a Jolly Green Giant and an elf, because I had a little bag with pixie dust, sparkly stuff that was thrown at the guys. Yeah, it was just,
like a fraternity.
Yeah, it was like getting initiated into a fraternity or anything along those lines. It was really, it was a lot of fun. It was challenging, but it was a lot of fun. They really did a lot of, mind games with you as far as that went. But yeah.
Sounds like fun to be in.
Oh yeah.
Some of the drilled paper got on your pants.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like when you cross the equator, they initiate you. Before you cross the equator, if you haven't done it, you're considered a polywog. When you cross the equator, you become a WOG, and it's just an initiation thing. It's just like when you go above the, what is it, into the North Atlantic, as far as the Blue Nose goes, the dolphin, then the submarines. You can become a gold, you can cross the timeline and become a polywog, you become a shellback, and then you can become a golden shellback if you do the equator and the date line at 00, and then you're golden shellback.
During your military time, did you ever get injured on the job?
I got burned several times, but nothing of any significance.
That's a good thing. That is a good thing. How did you keep in touch with your family?
Early on, it was pretty much just mail, snail mail. Write a letter, send it home, and wait for a reply. As it got to closer to when I retired, they had basically radio phones on board the ship that you could use if you needed to. And as I was coming out, they were even doing emails, starting to do emails. Video chats, you were able to do that. That type of oh, there was always, when you were in port, you could always use a landline and call home if you wanted to.
How did it feel away? How did it feel to be away from home for so long?
Early on, it really didn't matter. I mean, I didn't have, I wasn't married, I was single, so I didn't have anybody waiting for me at home when I got, when we pulled back in. It was, I guess it got a little rough at times, when you watch everybody else who had family on the pier, whether it was mom, dad, brother, sister, wife, or husband, and kids waiting for you. But I mean, later on, when I was on the Wasp,
on board the Kitty Hawk, while participating
it was
in
nice having somebody that,
the Russian submarine struck the side of the ship, leaving a 70-foot.
How did it feel to come back? Was the having to adjust back to the normal?
Where it was discovered that a piece of the propeller on the submarine was
No.
still in the hull.
it was a harder adjustment when you went in than it was when you came back.
In a case with all the ship's awards.
You were still assigned to the command, so you still had your daily duties. You had to do 24-hour duty or duty weekends, so it wasn't like you really got all that far away from the ship and its lifestyle. And when I was on shore duty, we still had to stand, it wasn't as frequent, but you still had to stand, watches and duty sections and spend the night, that kind of thing.
Did you receive any awards while you were in the Navy?
I received, like my Good Conduct Award. I had several of those. Engineering Award from when I was on board the Wasp. Navy Achievement. There's several that I received that you can see of them. Navy Expeditionary, Asia Campaign, Southeast Asia. But yeah.
Do you still keep in touch with any old Navy friends?
Unfortunately, no. There were a couple early on, but I guess just like anything else, because they're not around, you kind of drift apart. Every once in a while, you get the text or the email or phone call, but it's far and few between.
Are you a part of any veteran organizations?
I belong to the U.S. Army in town.
and also because I've been always
And
very
are there any regrets? Would you go back and do it all again? Would you
Nah.
change anything?
No, no regrets. I would do it again. I probably saw and did more in the military than I probably would have had I not joined. I mean, I honestly, if I hadn't joined, I don't think that I would have seen all the countries that I saw, been to all the different places, taste all the different cultures, experience it, and I wouldn't have gotten the education that I had. I was able to take my military training and go right into a job out in town. I've been doing it for 10 years now. I worked for a power producer. And basically everything that I learned in the military is what I am still using today in my civilian life. And I'm grateful for that. And I think that the biggest thing was that the pride
It was very easy for him to adjust to different learning styles. His family
serving my country and knowing that what I was doing was keeping family, friends, and just individuals that I don't even know, allowing them to live the dream.
Did being in the military change you as a person at all?
I would have to say yeah. Taught you discipline, how to work with people, close quarters with people, respect authority, taught me how to be a leader. Yeah, just taught me a lot.
What is the point of this article? I see you in that picture there.
That was on board the USS Constellation. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is Master Chief Creech. Master Chief Creech was probably all of 4 foot nothing. And being 6'8", 6'9", there's a little bit of difference in height. And of course, you know, the overhead was a little low, and you can see it's kind of causing me to bend over and look down on him. And it was just I don't know, just a story, a funny picture, just to lighten up being on a cruise. This was taken during that time frame. But yeah.